Back to Crypto Spaces, back with another Monad update for you guys. Monad right now just sitting under 3 cents in price, in the price for Monad. Like I said, guys, I stated it before last year and December 2025 when I started first recovering Monad once again on the channel. I was like, I think Monad is going to be one of the best performers for 2026, and I still stand by my thesis. Once we get back to all-time highs, guys, from here, remember I started talking about Monad on the channel at 185 cents. Once we get back to all-time highs from here, which I think is very likely, it's gonna be definitely in the cards for Monad. You could always de-risk from what you have invested, right? Just be on the safe side, be strategic, de-risk, take out the money that you invested, your initials with some profits, and let the rest ride to Valhalla, man. That way you have a risk-free bag. You're not losing any sleep over it. You have a risk-free bag, and you're just enjoying free profits, free reign to Valhalla, right? And wherever, because remember, nothing is guaranteed in the space. So yes, I do have $1 to $3 price predictions, but obviously it's not guaranteed that happens, right? But is it possible? Yes, it is. Is it possible for it to happen this year? Yes, it is. So yes, I can make these price predictions, right? So, but just to be on the safe side, after Monad retests its all-time high, you're gonna see people take profits there, right? You're gonna see people, anytime a project retests its all-time high, it gets a correction at its previous all-time high before it actually breaks up, right? So when we get up there, previous all-time high, or when you're officially in like a 2.5x in profits, I think it's safe. It's a safe bet. You don't have to do it, obviously. I'm not gonna tell you how to trade, but you don't have to do it. But I think it's on the safer side if you take your initials with some profit at a 2.5x and then let the rest ride to Valhalla, and you hold that for as long as it takes until November, December, even 2027. You hold that, right? That's how I see it, right? So I think that's the most strategic way to go about this. I think that's the smartest bet. When I was going through like the top ranking for top 200 coins on CoinMarketCap, Monad just had to 10x to flip the Pepe meme coin. Can Monad flip the Pepe meme coin? Yes, it can. It's a Solana killer. Of course it could flip the Pepe meme coin and 10x from here, which will put it at 30 cents, right? It's the Solana killer. Of course it could go to 3 billion market cap. Of course. So, Mon in a great spot, guys. Again, love what I see from Mon from here. Let's take a look at some more tweets here. Mon is going up. Mon is doing very well, man, and the TVL is consistently rising, which is great to see. That's what you want to see for a new layer 1, new thriving ecosystem. People are taking a look at the Monad memes. They're taking a look at Moncock, Chog as well, right? Shrimp. You guys know I've covered these memes at the lows, right? All of them are in profit. Every single one I talked about is in profit, right? Every single Monad meme I've talked about has done a 2x to 3x. So if you want to take your initials in those as well and let the rest ride to Valhalla, just so that you don't lose anything, you could do that. You actually could do that, right? So it's up to you, man. Like every Monad meme I've covered is up 2 to 3x. I talked about Moncock at less than 200k, around 180k I think on the channel. Shrimp at Chog at like 1.7 million. I talked about Chog. Shrimp at 100k, like 90k. I talked about Shrimp. Emonad talked about it at 300k. So again, if you want to just take your initials and let the rest ride, take your initials with some profits and let the rest ride to Valhalla, I think that's the smartest way to trade in this space, man, because it's so difficult. And you're like, especially like last year and even to start this year off, it's still very difficult to trade these markets, right? I don't know when it became so difficult. I think from the onset of Solana being successful and pump fun, I think the mindset of the investor has changed. The overall investor's mindset has changed, where they don't want to hold for a long time anymore. They just want to get in, get quick profits, get out, right? So you see people hold projects for 6 months to a year. Now that mindset for a lot of the younger investors that came to the space have changed so much. You're not seeing people hold projects for a long time, right? So until we get back to that, where it feels like the market isn't as difficult anymore, because right now, even now, it still feels very difficult. Until we get back to where it's like not as difficult, I think you have to be as strategic as possible, right? When I say strategic, I mean like, you know, you do the things a smart investor would. Okay, you're up 2 to 3x on a project. You take your initials with some profits. You leave in that moon bag, let it go to Valhalla, right? Even that could save you a ton of headache, ton of migraine in this space, right? So Mon right here, I like this chart. This is a powerful chart as well. As you can see, we have resistance at 3 cent for Mon. So once we get past that 3 cent area, that 3 cent level, the next stop is literally all-time highs. There's just free reign to go to all-time highs, and then that will be our next resistance point. So this chart is very possible. I like this chart. But yeah, we're in a great spot here. Again, Mon is outperforming majority of altcoins, if not 90 to 95% of altcoins. And you know, again, I've heard it time and time again, if you're in this space, especially with how, you know, we have so many coins now, millions of coins now, you're gonna have to bet on the winners, right? Even if you think you don't have a good entry, you're gonna have to bet on the winners if you want to make money. You have to buy the winners, right? You cannot buy the losers, right? Because the losers are gonna continue to bleed against the market, right? So it's better to buy the winners that continue to outperform Bitcoin. If it's not outperforming Bitcoin, I don't think you should have it in your portfolio as far as altcoins go. If your coin is not outperforming Bitcoin, I do not think you should have it in your altcoin portfolio. So Monad right here, outperforming Bitcoin. Is it a strong coin because of this? Yes, it is. So having exposure to Monad is not a bad idea, right? And as I said, 50,000 to 100,000 Monad, great bet. 100,000 Monad, just under $3,000 right now. It's getting more expensive, so make sure you DCA in. Don't FOMO, don't top blast, don't FOMO. But if you know, maybe start off with maybe allocating 10 to 20,000. Then you know, if we get dips, because dips are always possible. If we get dips, you DCA, you buy some more, right? So, as always, guys, none of this is financial advice. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate all the support, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.